You ready?
We don't have any pre-content.
We don't need that. Howdy, it's Tuesday, September 4th, 2018, and this is episode 80 of Due for a Win, the Atlantic City and Casino Biz podcast. I'm Kyle Laskin, joined, as always, by Craig Stone. What is good, Craig?
It's good that we're recording again. It was difficult to find a slot to do this in because of the illnesses. As I joked to you, this is the second episode in a row that we've delayed because I have been sick.
Yeah, it seems like something's always going on at your house, whether it's people aren't sleeping or people are all sick or you have 18 hockey games on 18 consecutive nights or something. But
all those things happen. That's true. I didn't get kicked off my hockey team. That's good.
Oh yeah.
I'm back.
Last I had heard, it was still up in the air whether or not you were going to be kicked off or not.
I'm back another season to redeem myself.
Back another season to play like every third shift on the second shift or something.
Yeah, man. Every other shift on the third shift, which I think works out to the same amount of time. Anyways.
So I do have to say, to make up for your never being available to podcast, you have graced both of us with what is almost certainly, in the last 80 episodes, the earliest starting time of our normal nighttime podcasting. We had, I think, one afternoon episode and 2 live episodes that would have been before this, but surely we've never done one this early.
No, I don't.
Other than
so.
those, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, my daughter's at the grandparents' house, so I'm podcasting in my new podcasting studio, which is her bedroom, staring at some kids' books and dolls and stuffed animals and junk. It really gets you in the Atlantic City mood to just be like staring at a bunch of whatever Sandra Boynton board books.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good.
I do have one more piece of info, I guess, or something I wanted to bring up before we started that's not on the agenda, which is, I think I mentioned this to you on GChat, but I was horrified. Sometime in the last couple of weeks was the first time I logged into my Hard Rock account online, and the fact that your username is your 6-digit Hard Rock ID and your password is the 4-digit PIN number that you set up there, and with no option to change either of those, I thought was some of the worst IT I've ever seen in Atlantic City. And that's saying something, given we have a long history of talking about how bad Resorts IT is and all the security holes in their website.
Yeah, it's not the best. I mean, as I mentioned, like, if I really wanted your personal information that's available in your Hard Rock account, like, that's pretty readily available.
Right, my phone number, address, all that stuff.
But yeah, it's not the best, especially if it's going to get into actually having real information in there, such as, you know,
phone number, address.
Well, I mean, even your, like, balances and stuff. I mean, I guess it has your comp balances, but I don't know. I don't know what else would go in there. I guess you
also,
probably don't want people looking at your loss statements, which is all available in Total Rewards, right?
Right. Well, luckily for us, the literal only thing, as far as I could tell, that was in your Hard Rock account was your phone number, address, and your comp balance.
So for very briefly, it had my offers, everything except for hotel rooms. And so
I never saw that. There's nothing there for me.
Yeah, gone now. Now it's like you can book dinner. You can reserve dinner.
that is there.
Yeah, it's very weird. So it's kind of weird that it was like there and then gone. And I know in the Everything AC group, some people said the same thing. Like, I saw it and now it's gone. Like, what the heck happened? Don't know. So I'll update. I mentioned last episode that I got an email or a mailer, physical mailer from Hard Rock saying 2 nights, 2 nights a week. No weekday qualifiers or anything. Just 2 nights a week through September. And I was like, sweet, I guess that means 7 nights a week. And then I got an email that said, join us 2 nights a week, Monday or Tuesday, Monday through Tuesday, through September. It's like, I wonder if that is clarifying the mailer, or, I mean, sometimes you get something that's just totally unrelated. Like, I know Total Rewards, I'll get mailers that are totally different than what I'm seeing online. But usually it's the opposite. It's that like the mailer is saying something that's like the bare minimum of what you're getting, and when you log in, you'll get that plus more. This is the opposite, and it makes me nervous, but I haven't called to clarify. So, yeah, I'm not optimistic. And it seems like lots and lots of people got that Monday, Tuesday offer and are miffed and annoyed. So, I don't know. Did you get anything from them?
I get no offers from
You didn't even get a mailer at any point?
I don't think so, no.
Because you gamble there more than I did.
No, I think we decided last time you have one more comp dollar than I do.
I wonder if they're just really not rating those Asian games very well.
Hold on, let me. I can check real quick.
Oh, good. A bunch of keyboard clacking for the people.
Yeah, you can edit that out.
Sure. Yes, it's very easy while we're talking to just edit out all the keyboard clacks.
I have a $12 comp balance, and I think you said you had 13.
That's right. Yeah.
Last we talked. So
how much?
You have officially done more gambling than me.
How much free play did you have?
$1.
Oh, I have $4. Probably because I play more slots.
That's probably based on slots.
Yeah. So was your only machine play your free?
My only machine play was my free play.
Yeah, nice.
I put exactly $150 into the machine because it was what was loaded to my card.
Perfect. That's what you're supposed to do. I think I played my free play and then was disappointed with how little I ended up with, so I played a little more, and then I won. And then, as always happens, if you're disappointed, like losing a little bit, if you play just a little longer, you'll make some money back. That's why you always chase your losses, as we say on Due for a Win, because you're due for a win. So I was due for a win, and I made some money back. I think I said I made like $85 or something on my free play. It's pretty good.
There you go. Good.
I was not playing the high denomination 3-reel. I was playing 3-reel, but it was like $3 a spin or something like that. I don't know. What else? Do we have anything else we need to talk about before we get into all the news that we have so many opinions about?
Yes, nothing except Hard Rock. Fix your website. That's not cool.
Yeah. So are you available?
The thing you're doing is not an okay thing to do in the year of our Lord 2018.
So are you offering your consulting services to Hard Rock Atlantic City?
I mean, I can do it for free. If they call me and ask what they should do, I'll be like, don't use player ID and PIN as the login. That's not okay.
2-line email. Instead of player ID, perhaps username.
Right.
Send my bill.
Well,
invoice to Kyle Askin.
The real problem is PIN instead of password.
Right. But I mean, for a while,
well, there's
couldn't you log into Total Rewards with your PIN up until a few years ago? Maybe it was
remember
like
that
8 years ago. I think it was a while ago they changed it.
Like one of the major hotel brands, IHG, which is like parent company of Holiday Inn and a bunch of other companies, still has PIN only a 4-digit PIN, and people get like all their points stolen all the time from them because 4 digits is not the correct number of digits for a password.
So people like go in and transfer your points out to something else.
Correct.
Or whatever.
They will make bookings using your points. Because it does not take very long to try all 9,999 combinations.
So if you're listening to this and you're now getting ideas of how to get everyone's address and whatever from Hard Rock. And their IHG points.
Yes. So anyway, unfortunately, Hard Rock is not the only company that does this, and not even the biggest company that does this, but it doesn't make it okay.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great.
No, it's not. It's not great. Let's move on to some very small amount of news. So Golden Nugget has opened their permanent sports book next to Michael Patrick's. How do you say that word?
Brasserie?
Brasserie?
Sure. Let's go with it.
Perfect.
Michael Patrick's Brasserie.
So, do you have any thoughts other than Golden Nugget's sportsbook is open now?
Oh, so it looks pretty cool. I mean, I saw pictures on Twitter or Facebook, and it's big in terms of just the number of TVs. It's like 3 walls of just nothing but giant screen TVs. There's not a ton of seating. It's sort of like loungy with round tables, so it's not the stadium style that I feel like I sort of expect and what we're seeing them install in Ocean. But it does look like a pretty cool book, and I think there is food from the Michael Patrick's Brasserie that you can get to your table. So probably not a bad place to go if you're looking for something like a college football Saturday or NFL Sunday where they're going to have a ton of games on at once. So worth checking out probably if you're over Golden Nugget or if you're looking for some place to watch football, to watch a bunch of sports games all at once. Probably a good place to go.
Yeah. Ocean's fully built out sportsbook. Is it actually open right now, fully built out, or is it still getting the final touches put on it?
I'm not sure if it's basically done and they just haven't said like, hey, well, here's the real opening party. I mean, it's the 4th and they're saying they're going to have an opening party for the Eagles season opener on
I think
the 6th,
it has fully opened now. I think I've seen pictures of it. So anyway, they are hosting an opening party for the Eagles season opener, which is they are playing in the Thursday night game, given that they won the Super Bowl, and that is what happens. So I believe I actually also got the email for this, and they have some ex-Eagles wide receiver who's going to be hosting everything there, and I don't know. I guess everyone, especially in Atlantic City, is going to be excited for opening day and for seeing the Eagles. And
so that book is more like what I expected. Big stadium seating, 2 giant screens. It's right smack in the middle of the casino. We've talked a little bit about it, and there's this sort of central bar that's the sort of sportsbook bar, and I guess it's like 2 seating areas on both sides of the betting desks. Although I think they moved to the betting desk, right? So now it's more like central to all the TVs. At least that's what I could tell from the pictures. But again, looks pretty cool. Doesn't look as sort of crazy immersive in terms of like there are just TVs on all sides of you as Golden Nugget, but definitely giant screens. I would say probably where I will be doing my sports betting if I'm going to be doing sports betting at the Ocean book, because looks pretty nice and comfy, and I like the William Hill book, so that's pretty much all I have to say.
Speaking of William Hill, they now have their online sports book open in New Jersey, as long as you are doing it using an Android or on your computer. No iPhone as of yet.
Yes.
Have you tried it out, Craig?
No, I just saw this go up today, so I haven't tried it out yet, but William Hill was the one I was waiting for. I don't know why, just because I have a William Hill card, I guess, which I don't think the card even gets you anything. But they suckered me in. I'm in the system now. So, I don't know. I'll probably sign up at some point, especially if there's a deposit bonus, make a couple bets. Probably nothing big. You know, I signed up for a couple of the New Jersey casinos and did deposit bonuses and then never really played much beyond earning the deposit bonus and playing that out. So,
yeah, I do remember a couple occasions where you're like, oh wow, I'm up like a couple $100 or whatever because of the deposit bonus that I got at wherever, I think Borgata or something. Borgata. You're like, next time I go, I can go cash that out at the cashier. And then as every week rolled on, you're like, total amount of money that you had went down and down and down.
So I don't know if
then there was nothing cashed out.
Yeah, so I don't know if I told the story before in the podcast, but I attempted to cash it out, and it was very unclear as to how to actually do it. I think the email with the instructions got in my junk folder. So I was still like waiting for the email, and then I left Atlantic City and had not cashed out my money, and then I went home and like over the course of the next 2 weeks just like frittered it all away on Jacks or Better. So I think I was up like $150 and then lost that. So I mean, a couple of weeks or a few weeks of video poker is slower than you're going to lose it at the casino, but I would have liked to take that profit. One thing, if you haven't signed up for Borgata's casino, that they do is deposit bonuses fairly frequently. I don't know if still it's like basically just one time through your deposit to earn the entire deposit bonus, but that's the way it used to be, which is insane. And once you're in the system and have deposited some money, they'll frequently just send you something that's like, it's Groundhog Day, free money bonus, sign into your account, and you'll get like some random amount of money depending on how much you've bet in the system. So I used to get like $5 or $10, and now it's like, here's $2, kid. Like, go play the penny slots for 5 minutes. That is also one-time playthrough, and then you get to keep it. So I mean, it's kind of cool if you're like me and you're insanely cheap and just want some free money every now and again to play some like 10-cent video poker, which you can do on the online casinos. So now that I've encouraged everybody to be habit gamblers, we should move on to other news.
So Atlantic City's largest Starbucks is coming to Ocean. It's going to be located right outside the Players Lounge. Do you have any thoughts on this?
No, just thanks to Tony L. from the Everything Atlantic City Casinos group for posting this, letting us know. There's like a temporary wall up that says the AC's largest Starbucks. That's pretty much it. Is this a draw, Kyle?
No, it is for Taylor though.
I don't think it's like, going to move the needle and they're going to go from like 15 million to 30 million gambling revenue. But I think you'd be surprised how many people will be like go out of their way to go to Starbucks.
I mean, our friend Taylor absolutely does every trip. He won't really have coffee anywhere else, right?
I don't know.
Or if he does it very begrudgingly.
Yeah. I think he's definitely, all in on Starbucks. But, I don't think this is going to have people like, oh, man, now I need to book at Ocean because they have this giant Starbucks. But, the other Starbucks in AC are at Tropicana.
Trop has 2.
Yes.
Golden... Oh, that one's closed.
At Boardwalk Hall. And then in the...
in Borgata,
outlets.
There's one. Right?
I'm not sure. But
right, when you come in from the parking garage?
It's possible. And then in the outlets.
Yes,
there is. Okay, and then in the outlets. Yeah, so that's... And then the one in the playground closed. So
the one in the playground closed. The one in Golden Nugget closed.
Yeah, so, there's not a bunch of Starbucks really close to this one. So hopefully this is the most we'll ever talk about Starbucks on the podcast. But, not a bad thing for them to have the largest Starbucks in Atlantic City, probably. I said I had no thoughts about it, and then here we are still talking about it. I'm telling you, people are going to go to get Starbucks and probably just walk right out and leave.
Is well and fine, but having the largest Starbucks?
Are you saying they need 2 Starbucks?
No.
Like Tropicana?
I'm saying the size of the Starbucks has nothing to do with people deciding to go or not.
You could argue that having the largest Starbucks is a detriment, right? Because people will come and hang out and just sit there and do their work or whatever and record their gambling podcast.
Oh, that's true. We could do that.
And not
in the largest Starbucks in Atlantic City.
And not be out gambling. Think about it. Yeah. I went from being very pro largest Starbucks to very anti largest Starbucks. The other note is that Wahlburgers is slated to open on October 1st, as well as the buffet.
But no word about Cereal Town, Craig?
Still a ways out, I think. This is all very third hand, I think. But I'm assuming there are just signs up that say this stuff. I don't know. But
did you listen to the podcast interview with Bruce Dyfick that was posted to our Facebook group?
I can't remember.
I know I mentioned in it that he specifically said that Cereal Town was for the kids.
Oh, yes, I did hear about that.
Yes.
Well, as I said, Julian of Vegas Confessions and I, the kids, he nailed it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm fine being grouped in with the kids. Anyways.
So, and possibly for me and you, one of the biggest pieces of news that has actually happened in Atlantic City is the famous brick empty building next to Boardwalk Hall that I think the first time I walked by it, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. It looks like they're going to open a brewery or something really sweet and nice there.
I think one of the first episodes of this show, we came on and we were like, oh my goodness, there's this thing magically appeared next to Boardwalk Hall, and it's going to be a brewery.
It's going to be awesome. And if that didn't happen, that's definitely a conversation we had on GChat. Because it looks like it should be a brewery, right?
It really does. It would,
they don't even
awesome.
need to put any finishing in it. Just bring some giant steel tanks in.
It should be a brewery. I'm so annoyed. Anyways, what is it, Kyle? Tell us.
It is an arcade. Which is pretty strange, I think, if you think about it, because this just opened up, and the summer's over now.
Yeah, that's
presumably this was a seasonal thing, right? This isn't a permanent thing that's staying there.
I mean, it could be open year-round.
So from everything I've heard about this specific property, and I think this is almost always generally true with commercial real estate in general. Like, commercial real estate landlords, or, like the companies that rent out these buildings, like, they will set a rent and they will never move from it.
Yeah, which
right?
They
will make they'll do a lot of things for you to get you in the building, but they're not going to change what the rent is. They'll agree to do a lot of build out for you, or they'll work with you in other ways, but like the rent is something that's usually very non-negotiable.
So I expect this is something that I would be very interested in, others would not be, but I would almost be interested in talking to a commercial realtor. Mm-hmm. Because this always blows my mind. I mean, living in New York, when I lived on the Upper West Side, there were all these buildings that would price out their existing tenants, like retail or restaurant tenants, and then just be empty for 2 years. And it's like,
or longer in this case.
You're like not getting any revenue for those 2 years, and you could have been getting whatever thousands of dollars a month every month that you have a tenant. Like, is it really worth it for you to raise the rent whatever percentage and then not receive any rent every month? It doesn't make any sense. But clearly there's something at play there that I just don't understand, or like whatever. I don't know if you have any insight into that. But.
I don't really. I mean, yeah, I haven't ever worked in commercial real estate, but I know that's something that, like, rent is usually non-negotiable, and that is why you'll see a lot of times buildings will just sit empty for, right next to my house. There's been an empty retail space for literally basically the whole time I've lived here.
Yeah, and
it's not like an abnormal thing to see in commercial real estate.
So this was posted on Route 40, and some of the comments talked about that, how the rents are exorbitantly high. They were rumored to have like big national retail tenants and national restaurant tenants, which I think
that was always the rumor,
the TGI Fridays of the world and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, just nothing's come to fruition until this arcade. And it's funny because when you think like Boardwalk Arcade, you think seedy, looks like Playcade, and then here's this very nice looking building, and now it's an arcade. Which is very showboaty of them, I would say. But yeah, arcade. I mean, I like arcades.
Good for them.
I like.
I'm glad something's there, even if it's only for a month or two. But
yeah, so speaking on the list of things that we wanted to do our last trip that we didn't do, skee ball. Now there's probably another place to do it.
Maybe
we'll have to confirm if they have skee ball.
So the real question, Craig, is are we ever going to both be back in Atlantic City at the same time ever again?
Oh, boy. I don't know. Apparently not. Maybe only in the summer, probably, it seems like. Right?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
Weak, man.
Yeah. It's bad. Should we enlighten people as to our situation? Basically, we both have just decided that we're never going to Atlantic City again.
Yeah, so...
Separately or together.
We're glad that you guys have been with us for the last 3 years, but... No, so I guess we can talk about it now. I'm actually going back to Atlantic City next weekend. I have Friday and Saturday nights. I'm booked in the Hard Rock. I'm going with my family, so me and my wife and 2 kids will be in the room. My mom, who gambles way more than I do, got a free room at the Hard Rock as well. And then I booked my wife's parents in the Ocean, just using Hyatt points. So, and they're only staying one night, so it was just the 12,000 Hyatt points to book that.
I'm interested to see if they get charged the resort fee or not, because I did not.
Yeah, I think Hyatt is normally a brand that you do not have to pay a resort fee if you book with points, but I'm not sure. We'll definitely see what happened. I know you had the experience of not being charged a resort fee. Yeah,
they told me that I would be, and then I was not. So,
but again, this isn't even like really Hyatt. It's the Unbound collection, which I think is not Hyatt's. So
yeah, so you're booked.
I am booked. I'm looking forward to it. I've never been there with my kids, there being Atlantic City at all, but I think it's going to be a really fun time for them, especially my older child who's 2. I guess my 0-year-old will probably, he's basically happy wherever he is. So
he's like almost 1, right?
He's almost 1. Yeah, he'll be 1 in a month.
He's ready to play some skee ball. Yeah, he loves it.
My 2-year-old would love some skee ball, who's also all those 3.
So you booked did you book your free promo nights through
It was my free promo nights for matching to Rock Royalty.
Yeah. So I only booked one night with my Rock Royalty tier match. I'm booked for my birthday, which is October 20th. It's like maybe 50-50 at best whether or not I'll actually be able to go, since I'll need to get babysitting for both kids for overnight, which is...
And you said it's going to be 3 weekends in a row you'd be away?
Well, 3 weekends in a row that my wife would be traveling. So I think that makes it a harder sell for her. But, having something booked makes it much more likely to happen. And I booked it. So when I got matched to Rock Royalty, they said, okay, so you get the 2 free nights, good for the next 90 days. When you matched to Rock Royalty, they said you have to book within the next 30 days.
Yes.
Right?
They were very clear. They're like, you have to book this within 30 days.
They did not tell me that.
So I kept bugging you about it because I knew that
right. So
you had to be close.
And I wouldn't have even known if you hadn't said something. So I was like, it was September 3rd, and I was like, well, we were there the 2nd to the 4th, so I should probably call today. And I called, and they were like, oh, yeah, this is the last day you can book this. And I was like, oh, shit, I better get a night on the books. So I booked that October 20th. So we'll see if I actually make it. I'm hopeful. Clearly I'll just go by myself. Solo trip. Leave my wife with the kids. What could go wrong? No, I'm hoping that we can actually get a couples trip in. So for you, and the other thing about me booking the Rock Royalty tier match is that does prove that you can double dip on the initial, whatever they called it, grand opening room rate match, where if you were Caesar's Diamond or some other elite status and you just called up and said, hey, I'm Caesar's Diamond, book me for a room, you can still get your 2 free Rock Royalty nights for your Rock Royalty tier match, which I assumed would be the case, especially after they didn't even ask me for any sort of proof that I was Diamond when I went for my Diamond night. So cool. The other thing is you cannot split up the nights, which I think they've been very clear about that from the beginning. That's pretty standard across the industry. But when I called and I only booked one night, they were like, you're going to lose your other night, right? Like she was even like, oh, well, the problem is this is only one night. And I was like, are you saying I can't book one night? But she is just saying like, no, like you can get another night free, but it's got to be attached to this, like either the night before or the night after. And I said, no, well, I'm never going to be able to go for 2 nights. So don't worry about it.
Never again.
So I think that's all the clerical junk on the Hard Rock stuff. What about, so you've got your family trip. What are you going to do with your family? A non-gambling trip? Is that what's going on? I mean, you said...
Yeah, I suspect there's going to be very little gambling happening, but I think it's going to be fun. I'll get to show my wife and my parents around the city. I mean, my parents are in Atlantic City all the time, but I don't think they know quite as much about the non-gambling stuff. They're the kind of people, I think, they don't really leave the resort, like wherever they happen to be, a whole lot. So I'll actually get to be able to get out and take them out and show them the city. And that's, for listeners of the podcast, that's kind of what I love to do. I love to actually show people that there's more to Atlantic City than casinos. So,
which is funny because I feel like that's been a big change for us in the last, 2 years or so, because I remember the first time we had Dr. David G. Schwartz on, he asked us like, oh, what do you guys like to do in Atlantic City? And we were like, well, we mostly just stay in the casinos, and we've really sort of discovered the other stuff since then. So, is there anything that you have earmarked that you want to bring the family to, either kid-related stuff or, stuff that you want to show your parents?
I think we'll probably, like, something I've been thinking about is we'll probably go to Gilchrist for breakfast on Saturday, and then maybe go to the aquarium after, because it's right next door.
Sure.
Because I think the kids would like that. We'll definitely do the low roller at some point, because my oldest son will absolutely love that.
Yes. Steel Pier observation wheel for those not familiar with the
I believe that he is free since he's under 3, although for people who have seen him, I'm sure they will be like, that child is not under 3. But I don't know, go to the pool at either Hard Rock or Ocean, since I have a room in both places.
I feel like I know you as just a planner, Kyle. I'm surprised you don't have a laundry list of items that you're going to do already.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, it's not going to be that long of a trip. We're going to get in like Friday afternoon, evening, and leave Sunday morning. So,
yeah, I mean, what else is there really? There's the lighthouse. You can trek your kids up the lighthouse.
We could do the lighthouse. It would be a lot of carrying children, but
you're doing the beach.
I doubt it.
Outlets.
No.
You and I are very different. If we're doing family trips, I think we're doing very different stuff. I would be at the beach, be going to the outlets. Aquarium would definitely be on there. Might take Viv to see Lucy the Elephant.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe seeing Lucy the Elephant. It's something I haven't even seen, and it's a thing I probably should do.
Yeah. I was going to say, dinners or whatever, but it's not like you're going to go to Gordon Ramsay, whatever, or
no
Old Homestead Steakhouse with a 3-year-old.
I promise we will have dinner. That will be a thing. But
what was the place on the boardwalk that you went last time on the way back that you were raving about?
I don't even remember. I have no idea what you're talking about.
The place that was so bad, out by the sands.
Oh my gosh!
Sands.
Oh, what was that place called?
I feel bad because
Joe Rock Cafe.
Yes, Joe Rock Cafe. Oh, I'm so glad you remembered
that. Yes, I was incredibly drunk, and it was like 2 a.m. And I swung in to get a piece of pizza, and I remember I texted you, I think, and I'm like, I am wasted, and I can tell this is the worst piece of pizza I've ever eaten in my life.
Yeah, that's a really bad sign. If you're really drunk and it's still really bad pizza, that's just awful. Like, you could microwave me up like a Totino's or something, and I think it was amazing.
So, yes, whatever you do, do not go to the Joe Rock Cafe.
That's sad. I'm sad. I feel bad for the Joe Rock Cafe. Clearly, where you should be going is Chickies and Pete's. Tropicana, send us those checks. Send us our crab fries for this episode.
We're actually thinking about canceling our trip and just going to the Target in Clark.
Yeah. Smart. I think that's smart.
Is there anything else you want to say about our AC trips before we kind of loop back around and finish the last 2 pieces of news out?
So it's not next weekend, it's the weekend after, right? Like
it is next weekend. It's the 14th and 15th. It is not this weekend. It is
okay, yeah, all right. So it's possible we'll have another episode again before that, but I would say unlikely.
Yeah.
So next episode, just Kyle, solo episode with a trip report.
Yes, with why I can bring it'll be me and my oldest son.
Yes,
talk about everything we've seen.
It would be amazing. I would love just 5 minutes of your son just like saying what he saw in Atlantic City. It would be hilarious. So 3 little news things that we skipped over.
Speaking of ocean, which is where I've booked one of my 2 rooms that I have booked for next weekend.
Excellent segue. Well done.
Actually have a logo on the side of their building.
They do.
And it's very big.
Yeah, at the very least, the E in the logo lights up.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Just like the golf ball?
Just like the golf ball. So it's good to have something on the side of that building.
It's good that they have a logo now. It's more than Revel can say.
Yeah. Although, the building is part of the logo. So technically, the entire thing is a logo. Yeah. Think about it. Did I just blow your mind?
No, not really.
No. Well, let's move on to the next news then.
Okay, go ahead.
So there's something called the Jitney Surfer app, which if you've taken the Jitney, for one, congratulations on surviving the trip. It's an adventure every time. It will get you where you need to go very fast.
Have you ever taken the Jitney, Craig?
A couple times, yeah.
Oh, really? I never have.
It's some of the most insane driving I think I've ever been involved in. You will get jostled around a bit. So, but it's a quintessential Atlantic City experience. There is a Jitney Surfer app created by the Jitney Association of New Jersey or Jitney Association of Atlantic City or whatever it's called. And you can, for one, buy tickets through the app, which is nice because the actual ride is like some weird amount in change. I can't remember what it is, like $225 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And so this allows you to not have to have that amount with you in change. I don't know if you actually need exact change or not on the jitney. And it tracks the location, which is extra nice if you are standing at the Borgata or the Golden Nugget waiting for the number 6 jitney that just never seems to come. I don't think I've ever seen a number 6 jitney in my life. So, like, trying to get the jitney to go from...
The marina to the boardwalk?
No, the marina to the boardwalk comes all the time. Golden Nugget to Borgata, specifically, is very difficult. Because, like, Golden Nugget to Harrah's, I'll walk, fine. Harrah's to Borgata, I'll walk. Golden Nugget to Borgata, I will not walk. And there's no easy way to do it. And if you get in an Uber, odds are they're going to screw it up and do something weird.
There is an easy way to do it, but it's a bit of a hike.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Well, there's two easy ways. One is the hike, and one is playing Frogger on the highway and probably dying.
Yeah, that is not an easy way to do it. I highly do not recommend. Do for a Win does not recommend playing Frogger
on the bypass or whatever.
Yeah, don't do that. So that's my take on the Jitney Surfer app. I haven't downloaded it yet because I haven't spent any time in Atlantic City since I knew about it. But I expect... I don't know. I mean, what reason do I really have to ride the Jitney? But next time I have to use the Jitney, it's going to be with the Jitney Surfer app.
Yeah, I've never taken the Jitney. So did you take it before Uber and Lyft were really things?
Yeah.
Do you expect not to take it anymore because Uber and Lyft are things?
I mean, we've had some Uber and Lyft adventures, like the truck.
The truck that was broken horribly.
Yeah, and I've had cab adventures doing that Golden Nugget to Borgata, where they end up like on the freeway going away from either of those things, and it's like, how do you mess this up? Although having driven like Golden Nugget, it's very easy to like mess up getting into the entrance of Golden Nugget, I feel.
Oh, I'd say I've been many times trying to get to one of the marina casinos, and then I'm on the bridge to Brigantine. I'm like, well, I messed that up somehow.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to turn around.
I've done that U-turn at the end of the bridge many times.
Yeah, awesome. And then you got to go all the way back over the bridge. Very frustrating. So yeah, worth considering. And then last piece of news: no baseball at the Surf Stadium in 2019.
It's a shame.
Possibly 2020. I mean, the latest thing with that was that the city council had given, I don't know what you'd call it, like bidding rights or searching rights to the former owner of the Atlantic City Surf to try to find a tenant for the stadium. Hasn't happened yet. And I guess he's saying maybe next year, or well, maybe not next year, but maybe 2020. So apparently the stadium still needs a bunch of work. I'll link to the David Danzas article in Press of Atlantic City that talks about all that stuff. And, hopefully at some point there's baseball.
I have to say, I'm a bit surprised that with all of the casinos right there, that they couldn't get enough chartered flights to make it like a reasonable airport
At Bader Field?
Yeah.
But I think Atlantic City Airport is not so heavily utilized that that's a problem. I guess it's further away.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but it's farther away.
Right.
I guess. Yeah. I guess it's not that much farther away. It's only it's on exit 9 of the expressway, I think. So 9 miles presumably.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Oh, the Stockton beachfront dorms are open.
Yeah, they look nice. You sent me the picture.
I was super jealous. Could you imagine being in college, living on the boardwalk in Atlantic City? I mean, I guess that wouldn't be that exciting until you're 21. But, I would have failed out of school.
I mean, have you been to Atlantic City? I suspect that as long as you don't go to a casino, that IDs aren't especially thoroughly checked.
No, but I specifically want to go to the casinos. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Certainly do not try to use a fake at a casino. I don't think that's a good idea.
No, probably not good.
No.
So, we got a bunch of time. We can talk about anything you want. What do you want to talk about?
Us never going to Atlantic City.
Oh, yeah. We didn't talk about the logistical reasons for that. Because that's...
Yeah, so does your wife have a new job now? Is that
what
has happened? Or is it just the school has started again? And
Yeah, school starts again. She has to leave for
Right.
school at 7:30 in the morning.
So basically,
And my daughter started pre-K, where she cannot get to pre-K until 8:30 in the morning. So there is now no weekdays where I can be like, hey, can you just drop off both kids one
so
day?
you
and I'll go to the
can
next
never during the school year, so not until June, right? You cannot ever do a weeknight trip.
Unless, so there are days where it's like, my wife and my kids both don't have school for some reason because there's some closure, like, President's Day weekend. They get an extra day, and then there's like,
That's
spring
not
break.
really a week. That's not really a weekend,
Right, exactly. So,
or that's not really a weekday.
yeah, I mean, there's like a random Tuesday that
I suspect we'll be able to do an overnight together at some point. I mean, it's always harder for me to do a weekend trip just because that leaves my wife with my kids with no daycare all day. But I think we'll make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, my wife certainly does not prefer that, but she usually just, goes to her in-laws or has family come over, and that makes it much easier. So the weekend is less prohibitive for me.
We will have to see. I mean, I think that we have to do it one more time this year, right? Do you think that's a thing that can happen?
Potentially. I feel like we should aim for it. Like late year trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like how late are you thinking?
Like December.
I think we can do better than that.
Well, I mean, if I'm going in October, if that actually happens. So if that trip falls through, then that probably pushes up a future trip for me. If it doesn't fall through, I'm probably not going to be able to go like 3 weeks apart.
I think we could do November.
You're very optimistic.
I am. All right. So if you want to join us or any of our other listeners or random other people that just happen to stumble upon our Facebook group, you can do so at facebook.com/group/doforawin. You can find all of our amazing content at doforawin.com. You can find our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, and not YouTube. You can reach out to Craig on Twitter at doforawin or send him questions at doforawin@gmail.com. Do we have a big backlog of emails, Craig?
We have 2. One is just a bunch of pictures sent from an anonymous email that I'm afraid to open. And one is from first listener Steve that I need to reply to.
Yeah.
Probably not first listener, first emailer Steve.
Yes.
The other thing, speaking of backlog, is I've created a massive Google Doc of non-gambling attractions in Atlantic City that, as I told you, is about 14 potential blog posts, such as, dinners, non-casino restaurants, things to do with family, area attractions, day trips, things like that. I'm never going to write any of those posts, though, so maybe I should just make the doc public. But it's fun. It was fun looking at, fun coming up with stuff.
We can loop back around maybe, and we'll talk about it after, or on the next episode after I go to Atlantic City with my family, and we can talk about what worked and what didn't work.
We should.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much for listening, and we'll get back to you with a trip report, or at least probably we will, maybe me and my son, but some group of 2 people will get back to you with a trip report in a couple weeks.
Bring us Cereal Town. You know how, so when you get, tier credits, some places they're good for 6 months, some places they're good for a year.
It's like 3 days they're good for you.
Yeah, if I get brownie points, I feel like if there's a sleep involved between me earning them and me collecting them, I don't get to collect them.